to watch Played. My name is Luke Smith, and this is...
This is Rodney Smith. And we're ready to continue our dungeon role playthrough, right?
Oh, yeah.
Luke already completed 2 dungeon delves, and quite successfully, I thought. You have 13 experience points. I only have 5, but that's because I'm in the middle of my second dungeon delve. And I stopped because I was feeling a little...
Chicken.
I wasn't going to say chicken. A little bit nervous about how things were going, and I wanted your help and involvement. And boy, did I get it. I got a lot of suggestions. The one that got the most votes, though, over 150 votes, came from Wairulon. I'm not exactly sure if I'm pronouncing that right, but you know who you are. And you wanted me to start by using my mage die as a thief, because that's one of my abilities. I can use mages as thieves and thieves as mages. So I'm going to discard this to then be able to use the thief power to open all of the chests in the dungeon. There's 2 of them right there, so that's very efficient, because now I can go into the chest and pull out 2 treasures. Let's see what I get. Oh,
Thief.
The thieves' tools. So that can act as a thief. The second treasure is...
Ring of Invisibility.
The Ring of Invisibility. So that's another way of just sort of dealing with dragons. You just kind of skate right by them. Well, I think I'm ready to move on to the next level of this dungeon. I'm feeling quite well equipped. I have the Champion, Thieves' Tools, Cleric, Ring of Invisibility, and the Town Portal. Luke, switch it to 7, and let's get you guys to the table and see what happens next. So I'm in level 7 now, which means Luke has to roll 7 dice. That's all the dice that we have here. Go ahead, Luke, toss them in. Let's see what I'm going to face. Well, that's just about the worst possible roll that I could have gotten. Thank you, Luke. Now, here's the problem with delving deeper into the dungeon. Even though I have lots of treasure tokens to help me out here, look what Luke has rolled. This is a mess. This is probably the worst thing I could be facing. And the problem is, each one of these treasure tokens at the end of the game is worth 1 experience point, so I don't really want to be using them if I don't have to. The Town Portal's worth 2 experience points. But this is what was rolled, unfortunately, and I have to deal with it. So first of all, the dragon dice are going to the dragon's lair. There's 3 of them, so I'm going to be facing a dragon, possibly in a moment. The monsters, though, I'm going to deal with by discarding this champion. So that will allow me to remove, say, the goblin. And then my specialty says my champion can then defeat a second monster. So I'm going to remove the ooze. Now I have this talisman token here. I'm going to put that back in the treasure chest to be able to remove this skeleton from the dungeon as well. Now I have a chest, but in order to open the chest, I need to use my thieves' tools. And that's basically giving away a treasure token to get another treasure token. And I kind of like this one. So I'm going to ignore the treasure chest. Now I've got this dragon to deal with, but I'm not interested in dealing with it. So instead I'm going to use my bard song to discard all of the dragon dice from the dragon's lair. And I think this is a great time to leave the dungeon. Well, Luke, how did I do there?
Pretty good.
Not too bad. I got myself 12 experience points in total now. Luke has 13. And we each have some treasure tokens as well, which is going to help change things up at the end. But now it's time to go on to the 3rd dungeon delve, starting with Luke. So I'm going to pass you the party dice.
I'll pass you the dungeon dice.
Thank you very much. And Luke, you're going to roll up that party and find out what you have to work with as you head into level 1 of the next dungeon.
The party's coming.
Let's see what kind of party it's going to be. Okay, interesting party. Now this rolled party doesn't have a lot of variety in it, but you do have 3 mages, and that's not so bad for you, because with your specialty, they can be used as what?
Fighters.
That's right. So you have a little bit of flexibility there. But it's time to go into the dungeon. I'm rolling up that first dungeon die, and it's a goblin. What do you want to do with that?
I'll use a mage.
Okay, the mage has been removed, but so has the goblin. Would you like to go to level 2?
Yep.
All right, level 2, and we're rolling up 2 dice. A skeleton, and a treasure. How do you want to handle that skeleton?
I'm going to use a mage.
All right, another mage gone. Skeleton's gone. What do you want to do with the chest?
Nothing.
All right, so the chest goes away. Are you prepared to go on to level 3?
Yep.
All right, level 3, and I'm rolling up 3 dice. Oh, well,
Woo!
this looks familiar, but 2 chests this time. How do you want to deal with the skeleton?
I'm going to use a mage on the skeleton.
Okay.
And then the thief on the 2 chests.
2 chests. Now that's not a joke. You're going to need to draw 2 treasure tokens. All right, so now Luke's going to draw out 2 treasures. No peeking. What'd you get?
Dragon scale!
Dragon scale. That is the worst. Now, why is a dragon scale good for you? Because you have...
Another one.
Right. When you have 2 of them together, what is their total value?
4.
4 experience points. All right. Let's go for another treasure. What'd you get this time?
Scepter of Power.
Yeah, and this is good for you because this can act as a mage, and we know your mages can also act as...
Fighter.
Correct. Now, are you ready to go to the next level?
Yep.
Level 4 means we're rolling 4 dice. Let's see what you're facing. Oh, my goodness.
Woo.
Another 2 chests, and a potion, and a single ooze. What do you want to do here?
Well, I'm going to use the champion on the ooze.
All right, now what?
Now I'm going to use a scroll on the potion.
Okay, so this will allow Luke to reclaim one of the dice in his graveyard and set it to anything he wants. A champion. Well, now you have 2 chests. How do you want to open those?
I'm going to use the champion.
Well, it's good you had one. So Luke gets to grab another 2 treasures. I can't believe I'm saying this again. 2 more treasures. All right, Luke. Let's see what you get this time. The first one.
Scroll.
A scroll. Scroll. Not a big deal. Second treasure.
Town portal.
Town portal. Worth 2 experience points if he doesn't use it. Okay, are you going back to the dungeon?
Yep.
All right, let's get you to the table. Luke is going on to level 5. Let's see how many treasure chests I can roll for him this time. Okay, none. That's good. There is a dragon, though, so that will go right to the dragon's lair. We have 2 oozes, a skeleton, and a potion. What do you think, Luke?
I'm going to use the scroll to reroll these 3 dice.
Of course you are. All right, we'll save the potion. We'll re-roll the 3 monsters. Maybe this time I'll roll some chests and potions for you. No, thank goodness. Okay, 1 more dragon and a goblin and an ooze. What are you going to do now? This is a challenge, Luke, because the only way you can defeat these guys is by spending treasure tokens. I mean,
Yeah.
You do have this potion here, and you don't have to have a party member to drink a token that is a potion. You
Yeah.
can just discard this and then grab a party die and set it to anything you want. But do you want to give up that experience point?
No.
Well, so how are you going to handle this problem? There's only one way I know of.
I'm going to use Arcane Fury.
That's right. So Arcane Fury, we tap his card, and then it just basically blows up all the dice here. So all the threats go away. Now you're not facing anything at all. So you could keep going, or you can get out now. What do you want to do?
I'll get out now.
Well, listen, only 5 experience points because it wasn't a really deep delve, but how did you feel about that overall?
Pretty good because I got a lot of tokens.
You did get a lot of treasures, and I think that's going to make quite a big difference to your final score. But now it's my turn to go on my final delve, so I'm going to pass you the dungeon dice.
I'll pass you the Pata dice.
Yes. And let's see what kind of party I can roll up for my final delve. Here's what my party looks like. Pretty good mix. Now what's this all about? I rolled 3 mages as well. I don't mind that either because I can use mages as thieves. Luke, I'm in the first level of the dungeon. Roll me up the first die. Okay, a goblin. Well, I'm going to just use one of my fighters to get rid of that goblin.
Okay.
And I would like to go on to level 2, please.
Done and done.
Ooh. Well, actually, I like this a lot. The dragon's going to go into the dragon's lair. And the treasure... Well, I don't think I want to give up one of my party members to open that chest. I'd rather wait until there's more chests. I also wanted to put out my tokens here so you can see what I have to work with. I'm going to skip this, and I'm going to go on to the 3rd level.
Okay.
So 3 dice this time. Okay, another dragon. And 2 separate monster types. Well, I'm kind of tempted to use my champion just to be able to wipe out all of them with 1 die. And yeah, I think that's what I'll do. So a champion is going away to remove both of those monsters and take me on to level 4.
Woo.
4 dice this time. Be nice, Luke. Oh, well, that's not too bad. I've got a couple of monsters to deal with here, and then I can maybe get on to some good stuff. Tough call here, but I think what I'm going to do is use a mage to defeat the goblin and a fighter to defeat the ooze. Do I want to take either the treasure or the potion? I think I will actually have my mage quaff the potion and bring it back as a champion. I hope that was the right decision. I'm going to ignore the chest, and I want to go on to level 5. I really don't want to see a dragon here, so please be kind. Wow, okay, not just one dragon, but 2 dragons.
Ooh.
But first, I have to deal with a skeleton and a goblin. This is not good. Well, I kind of feel like my delve is going to be cut short here. I think what I'm going to do, though, is use the champion to defeat the skeleton and then its second monster group, which means I also get rid of the goblin as well. The reason why I did that was because, well, I want to defeat that dragon because doing so will give me an experience point and a treasure. And that means I'm going to have to ignore that potion. So, I've woken the dragon. Out it comes, and I'm going to use my mage, my cleric, and my thieves' tool to defeat the dragon. Now, that will allow me to take a single experience point for defeating the dragon and draw a treasure. Now, I'm just going to go into this, Luke. You can keep me honest, make sure I'm not peeking. And I drew out a cleric. I would have loved another town portal. But honestly, guys, I think I have to stop my delve here. And we really can move right onto the scoring now. I got to level 5 in this dungeon, so I'll be able to collect an additional 5 experience points for a total of 18 experience points here, plus another 4 here for 22 points. But now let's lay out all of Luke's tokens. I think you can tell just by looking that Luke has more than I do.
Yeah.
Yes, we have a total of 18 experience points here, plus all of the treasure tokens. These are worth 4, this one's worth 2, and then 4 additional tokens as well. A total of 28 points. Now, Luke, you have the instruction manual here because inside there's a ranking system depending on how many experience points you collected, so you can kind of gauge how well you did. What was my rank, Luke?
You were the village hero.
Hey, that sounds pretty good. Better than the village idiot. What about yourself? You were at the next rank above mine. What was that?
I was a seasoned explorer.
Pretty good. Now, there's another rank above that, and then there's the final rank beyond that. How many points do you need for that final rank?
35 or more.
And what's it called?
Hero of Ages.
That sounds pretty cool. Something for us to work towards. But I want to say right now a big thank you to all of you for watching and being a part of this series. I hope you enjoyed seeing how Dungeon Roll is played. If you have any questions at all, if there's something we didn't cover that you're curious about, put them in the comments below. I'd be happy to answer them. And I hope you'll join us in our next series. But until then, thanks for watching.